the YouTube live video, and I will discuss on general properties of ionic compounds from chemistry. I will discuss the topic general properties of ionic compounds from chemistry. The person who likes to join to my live video, you can enjoy my live. The ionic compounds possess some common properties. These are as following. Number one, all ionic compounds remain in crystalline form in solid state. Two, compounds with same electronic configurations of ions from isomorphic crystals. 3. Compounds with same electronic configurations of ions form isomorphic crystals. The ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points. Ionic compounds are generally soluble in polar solvents and insoluble in non-polar solvents. Ionic compounds are non-conductor of electricity in solid state, but in liquid state and in solutions they conduct electricity with their moving ions. Then electrolysis takes place. Ionic crystals are fragile or brittle. The reactions between ionic compounds are very fast. The ions of ionic compounds keep them individually intact in chemical reactions. Hi guys, if anybody wants to enjoy this live, you can come and you join me. Explanation of general properties of ionic compounds. Crystalline structure. In solid state, all ionic compounds remain in crystalline state. In crystal lattice, the positive and negative ions are arranged in systematic geometric structures in such a way that oppositely charged ions are as close as possible to one another, and the similar ions are as fast as possible away from one another. Thanks the person who joined me. You can enjoy my live video on chemistry for the topic general properties of ionic compounds. I will discuss here the general properties of ionic compounds, and you can enjoy it. I am from Bangladesh. I am Lutfrosain Robin, briefly LH Robin. I am presenting you the general compounds. Reham Mopel, hi. Yes, hi. How are you? I am going to discuss in another topic. I have presented the topic under the topic general properties of ionic compounds, the crystalline structure. Just I have presented here. So now I am going to present about the isomorphism. Isomorphism is one of the property of ionic compounds. So I have told my name Lutfrosain Robin, LH Robin briefly. So my channel name is LH Robin Math and Science. Isomorphism. If the electronic configurations of several ionic compounds are same, then they have same crystalline structure. if the property is known as isomorphism. For example, the electronic configuration of sodium chloride and magnesium oxide are same, hence their crystal structures are same. Hi, how are you enjoying? How do you enjoy my live video? And from which country you joined? Please write here. Uh, so this is this live video. I am not writing here. So just I am talking, or sometimes I'm reading. You can enjoy my live video. Next property of ionic compounds is high melting point and boiling point. Ionic compounds are generally high melting points. So we can discuss about this. In any solid crystal, the ions occupy fixed positions. However, they are in continuous vibration. With the rise of temperature, the vibration of ions increases. Okay, the vibration of ions increases. Uh, if we apply temperature, then the vibration of ions will increase. At certain temperature, the vibration becomes so much high that the inter-ionic force holding them in position can't hold them anymore, and the ions begin to move from their positions. Then solid melts into liquid. Then that temperature is known as melting point of that solid. Okay, at which temperature the ionic compounds turns to solid to liquid, turns from solid to liquid, then it is called the boiling point. And generally the boiling point of ionic compounds are high. It depends on the amount of intermolecular force. The stronger the force is, the higher is the melting point of the solid. These ions are held together by very strong electrostatic force, which acts as inter-ionic force. Hence, the melting point of ionic compounds are very high. For example, the melting point of sodium chloride is 850 15 degrees Celsius. 815 degrees Celsius. This is the melting point of sodium chloride. That means the salt we take as food. So right here, please, from which country you have joined. When temperature is further raised, the ions of a liquid move so fast that they no longer remain in contact with one another, and they move freely. The temperature at which this happens at atmospheric pressure is called boiling point of the compound. Um, since in ionic compounds the oppositely charged ions are attracted to each other by very strong electrostatic force, their boiling point is very high compared to other compounds. For example, the boiling point of the ionic compound is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is 1413 degrees Celsius. So the melting point of sodium chloride is 815 degrees Celsius. Yeah, the melting point of um, sodium chloride is 815 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point of sodium chloride is 13 degrees Celsius. But boiling point of the covalent compound calcium carbon tetrachloride is 76.5 degrees Celsius only. Solubility. Ionic compounds are generally soluble in um, polar solvents like water and insoluble in non-polar solvents like benzene. Polar compounds are such compounds which contain partial positive and negative charges at two ends. Water is such a compound. Liquid, liquid ammonia, nitric acid, liquid sulfur dioxide, liquid hydrochloric acid are examples of polar solvents. One of the other, on the other hand, carbon tetrachloride, benzene, kerosene, diesel, etc. are example of non-polar solvents. Uh, Hi guys, from which country you have joined? Please write here. I can know about you, and you are enjoying my live video. So uh, we can discuss about the discuss about the properties of ionic compounds. I am discussing about this here. The process of dissolution of ionic compound like sodium chloride in a polar solvent like water has been shown in figure 6.3. But you cannot watch this figure here. Uh, the molecule of a polar compound has two poles at two ends. During dissolution, the positive pole of the solvent is oriented towards the negative ion like chloride of the ionic crystal, and the negative pole of the solvent to the positive ion like sodium ion. Hence, the ions are attracted towards the solvent like water and gradually come to the solvent medium from the crystal. In solution, the ions are not free but remains solvated, in other words, remains surrounded by solvent water molecules. The process is called solvation. When the solvent is water, the process is called hydration. Okay, so solvation and hydration just I have discussed here. Solvation in general and hydration in particular in an exothermic process, the energy released during the attachment of water molecules to the ions is called hydration energy. Uh, Generally, when the hydration energy of an ionic compound exceeds the crystal energy of that compound, then the ionic compound goes into solution. Hi guys, how are you? I am Lutfrosen Robin, discussing on the ionic properties of general properties of ionic compounds. I am discussing on general compounds of ionic General properties of ionic compounds. Electrical conductivity. In solid state, ions remain in fixed position in the crystal of an ionic compound and hence they can't carry electricity. But in liquid state and in solution, the ions move freely and can conduct electricity. When two electrodes are put in melted ionic compound and in a solution of ionic compound like sodium chloride, then positive sodium ions are attracted by the negative electrode or cathode and move towards it. Similarly, the negative chloride ions are attracted by the positive electrode or anode and move towards it. For this reason, positive ions are called cations and negative ions are called anions. Okay, this is the electrical conductivity of ionic compounds. Uh, Probably you are enjoying my live video. Uh, from which country you have joined, please write here. Brightness. Ionic crystals are brittle. That means if forces are applied to change the shape of the crystals, they break down. The cause of brittleness may be explained taking the case of sodium chloride as an example. Normally, each ion is surrounded by oppositely charged ions. In figure in figure you can watch it 6.5 figure, but you cannot watch this figure here. When force is applied to it, one plane is displaced by one unit with respect to adjacent plane. Then similar charged ions come near to one another, so repulsive force grows between the planes and they get separated. For this reason, ionic crystals are brittle. Hi guys, how are you enjoying my video? How do you enjoy my video? Please write here. Rate of reaction of ionic compounds. In solution of the ionic compound, the ions move freely. So when the solutions of two ionic compounds are mixed and if two ions of them combine, they do it extremely fast. For example, the precipitation of silver chloride in the reaction between silver nitrate and sodium chloride solution takes place almost instantaneously. Similarly, the reaction between sodium hydroxide solution and hydrochloric acid solution takes place instantaneously. Okay, just I've discussed one of the property, that is rate of reaction of ionic compounds. Now I'm going to discuss on individually of ions in chemical reactions. In ionic compounds, oppositely charged ions are electrostatically attracted to each other, but they keep their individuality. They keep their individuality. For example, if silver nitrate solution is added to the solution of any chloride salt like sodium chloride, potassium chloride, etc., at once the precipitation of silver chloride will take place. In fact, any soluble silver salt will do the same. Okay. Hi guys, how are you? From which country you are enjoying my live video? Please write here. Next, another day I will another live video I will discuss on covalent bond. I have discussed today on ionic general properties of ionic compounds. No more today. I want to close my live video now. And how have you enjoyed my live video? Please write here and watch my others video from my channel, and I think you will enjoy, and please subscribe, like and comments to my channel's other video. Thanks.